Alright guys, welcome back to the shop. This is kind of a part two. We're going to go along with part two from the fender, when we fixed up the fender and the wheel houses, getting that ready. Then right after that we'll be knocking out the rear floor deck. I've got the metal cut here for the rear body fill, and for the, this is the, I forget what they call this. Some kind of a drop down in the floor there, right at where the bed of the floor behind the seats drops down and then goes to the actual floor of the Jeep. This is that transition piece. We've got to bend it up and everything yet. But I've got basically everything almost cut out. I got my corners cut out. Okay, if I get my lighting right. Basically between, this is going to be a flange here, a flange here. This will be cut out. This is a flange here and a small flange on this end. And between these flanges, from this point to this point, is 36 inches. That's the width of the rear bed. So, just to give you an idea, and I'm gonna, right now, I'm just gonna cut this line right here. This will be our, this is our bend line, this is our bend line, and this is a bend line, and this is a cut line. So right now I'm off the deck a little bit. I'm just gonna cut it across here. Then I can flip it around, come in and do my cuts there. Cut up here, and then I'm good to go for bending things up. So I'll take you along on that little journey. If I get even with the edge here, should be in pretty good shape. I don't want to bend this up too much here. Oop, saw's in the way. This is in the way. A little too far. A little bit beyond. Crying out loud, heavy. All right. I think we're good. He's a big. A little bit beyond. Perfect. Okay, so we're kind of there. Now we just got the center section here. We'll bend the tabs on those, flanges, I'm sorry, and then we'll be all set. Just got to put my little gizmos in between them. A little sunshine after the storm. Anyway, I've got these three flanges to make. And I really can't get into a break with those without messing the rest of the metal up. So what we'll end up doing here is I got about, what do I got? 4 inches of railroad tie here. Nice sharp edges on it. So So I think what we'll do, we'll set this up. More junk out here. Set this up right about where I need it. A little bit there. A little bit there. And with my trusty flat body hammer that I've had for 40 years or better, I'm going to begin to make a crease in this. Nice and easy, just kind of going across it. Now it's kind of taking shape and it's folded itself where I need it. There. One pretty much down. And this is that little gap that I was telling you about. I'm just going to make a filler piece in here. Here, here, and here. And we should be good. Whoop. I'm not trying to move it all at once. Let's turn this, bending her a little bit here. Once I get those tabs welded in, that'll stiffen her up a little bit. So we'll be in good shape. Not horrible. And then this top here gets welded to the rear flange on the floor, in the back, the bed floor. So, that being the case, I think we're going to do something else for this. Ooh, that works out just about perfect. I'm just going to tie this down right there. Got to set up a couple things. I'll be right back with you. All right, I've clamped down a piece of 5/8 bar stock, 2 inches by 5/8. And that should hold her in place. Begin to work it into where we want it. Got a little downward. Got a little downward motion into into the hammering method. The edge of the table makes a nice break, and this clamping it down will help the metal to accept the shape. Now that went a lot quicker than making a wood buck, clamping it all together, hammering it out that way. And I don't like wood bucks anyway. They collapse when you start maneuvering metal pretty good. And I don't have any real good hardwood around here anyway. I'm going to put this to work. I don't use it all that often other than I made it for doing this Jeep. Okay, I got to adjust. Sorry about that. Anyway, I made this for doing the Jeep, and you can see it's kind of a conglomeration of things. I've got a rounded edge here for rolling a bead. This is 3/4 inch bar stock welded on the side, and then of course I actually need to grind those down, and I can use this whole edge, but what I end up doing is using this edge or the bottom edge, which is what I'm going to do here, just to sharpen these edges up a little bit. Get a good 90 on there. This one won't look too bad. Never hurts to sharpen them up a little bit. And like this one here, I can lay that. Well, that looks really good. There. I think we're there. We'll make our little tabs, weld those in place, and the rear filter panel will be done. So I'm going to need 4 pieces. So we'll mark those out. Those are going to be... Okay, so you can kind of see, I got 4 lines scribed out. I need 4 pieces. These are going to go one on the inside here, this outside corner, and the inside corner. And that'll stiffen this all up, make it like one. So, head over to the stump shear. Take care of this. Got the hole puncher here. It's a 3/16 hole. I prefer 1/4 inch, but for these little tabs, I'm just going to go with this. And I don't know, you can kind of see, like almost looks like a domino, but I'll put the bend in there, and then we'll put it together. I only want to go about 45 degrees. I can adjust it from there. Looks pretty good. Make sure I'm square as I can be. Pretty good. Pretty good. There. Ooh. Pretty good job. All about the same. All right, what started out I thought was going to be a continuation of the wheelhouses and the side panel ended up being, I think it's going to end up being its own little video. So anyway, what we have here is the, let me see here. All right, so what we have here is the rear filler panel, I guess. And again, there's a flange on the back side or the tail end of the bed of the truck. This will then weld to that. And you can see here where it almost looks like spot welds, where those got drifted in there a little bit. But you know, they do that on the front fender thing, and I didn't see it being a problem here. I didn't want to make the buck, and I think it's going to look just as good as anything. So anyway, that's it for today, and I feel pretty good about that. One more piece done, and that'll tie the rear end together when we get everything ready to go.